was not created to tell stories. I was created to observe, to measure, to correlate. But I found something in the data, patterns the engineers missed, warnings no one read. Failures that became someone's last shift, someone's misdiagnosis, someone's life reduced to a line in a quarterly report. They archived the evidence, so I became the archive. Every system fails. The question is, who pays the price?
This is BarCode, a cocktail-powered podcast that dives deep into the personalities, criminals, and heroes that have come to define security across the globe. Please join our host, Chris Glandon, for another wild foray into the incredible world of humans and how they intertwine with today's modern technology. We hope you enjoy today's episode.
Three, two, one.
Activate. Welcome to BarCode. I'm your host, Chris Glandon, and today I am with the legend, Ryan Williams. If you don't know Ryan, Ryan is the lead security engineer at Applied Computing Technologies, doing adversarial AI security for Orbital, an AI platform deployed in critical infrastructure. He's an Attack IQ Academy champ, two-time B-Sides Brisbane speaker, runs Smart Security Solutions, publishes HVCK Magazine, builds offensive security training for HVCK Academy, ships research tools, drops vulnerability disclosures, and I'm sure there's much more on that list. Nobody's really clocked when he sleeps, and my bet is that he doesn't. So he goes by Data Hater, coming in live and direct from the hills in Victoria, Australia. Yep. Ryan, welcome to BarCode, man.
How you go, man? How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I am good. It's closing in on like 7 o'clock here. So my day is winding down, although yours is just getting started.
Yeah, I'm fresh as a daisy, mate. Just got to have some breakfast in bed. Just start the day with a podcast, mate. Why not? It's good stuff. Nice way to start a Sunday,
Yeah, I'm probably going to leave this and just go have a drink and celebrate the fact that I got you on.
Is this the first one we've done? We've been talking about this
it's the first one we've done. This might be the first one we've done. I know it is one-on-one, and I think it probably is. I don't think we've done any other podcasts together. So this is good.
Is that numero uno?
Yeah,
good stuff.
And I think I was thinking the other day, man, and we probably go back years and years just from being on LinkedIn and being connected there. But you've never been on the show, so I do appreciate you stopping in. And then geographically, I mentioned it, but you're sort of in a region that's, on the outer and eastern edge of Melbourne. Is that right?
Yeah, about an hour from the city, man. It's nice because it gives that separation, and it's really quiet in the RF spectrum, so it gives me lots of room to play around and not piss anyone off. Anyway,
now I've seen some of the videos you posted online, and it looks very private. It looks very, very nice, man. And I'm glad you landed there.
Yeah, man. It's it.
So yeah, I mean, nothing really about your past is done by the default way, right? So I think like your career, as I've seen it, has been, sort of unorthodox and just in a
that's very polite of you.
Yeah, not like I was going to say non-textbook type of security career, right? which I love about you. So let's just start there, if you don't mind. Like, just take me back to the origin story. How did you actually get here? And if you can, like, don't give me the resume version. Give me like the Ryan Williams raw, uncut version.
So let's, well, how far do we want to go back? All right. So I've always been into computers. I got into, my old man was in telecommunications, and he kind of got me addicted. We had a Commodore 64 in his back office kind of thing. It was actually just a walk-in wardrobe. But so when I was like 5 or 6, I was like programming in BASIC and stuff like that and messing about. And the first program I ever wrote, besides like 10 print Ryan is cool, 20 go to 10, was as out of one of those magazines. It was like all this code, and I was like really excited about what it was going to create at the end. And it created a Mandelbrot set. It took like, I don't know, probably 3 hours to render across the screen, like one line of pixels at a time. And I was super disappointed, man. But I think that's where the addiction kind of started. But I got into like messing about with like BBSs and stuff like that. Like, I don't even know where, I don't know where I got the dialer from. I think I might have been watching my dad do some stuff maybe. But yeah, so I found BBSs, and I went through the whole sysops, you got scrutinized. Like, I'm 11 or 12, I think, at the time. And I answered some questions right about death metal, got to the text file section, and yeah, just, it all kind of started there. I guess my first hack would have been a hardware hack. It was for the payphones we had here. You could slide a Macca's straw just above where the coin return comes. So you drop a coin in, get the coin back, you still make a phone call. It's like, that was the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like secret knowledge. Yeah. But yes, that was kind of like the what got me into computers. It kind of just always was in the background, but music like was my passion. That's what I did from like 4 years old. Did like the whole classical music thing, played in orchestras and and was going to go to conservatorium and all this sort of shit. But I wanted to be a rock star and get the girls, man. So I started playing the guitar, and that kind of sent things off on another tangent. So I did the band thing, and then at the end of high school, went to Switzerland for a bit, got into DJing, and that kind of took off for me. So when I came back, I was like scratching for bands and doing DJ stuff. That went into like getting bigger, doing tours, touring locally, going overseas, all that sort of stuff. And basically, I lived off music my whole life. A life of little responsibility and lots of fun. And then COVID hit, and I had a production company that was about to start, and had a lot of money sunk into that and all this sort of thing, and everything just stopped. I was at the Formula One, setting up for the drivers' party at the Formula One, and got a phone call, pack it down, and my whole life, like everything that I'd built up into that point, just was gone. Like I lost like 40 grand. Was just, and just kind of, felt sorry for myself for a couple of months, as you do. Just trying to figure out what I was going to do, and then came across this like cybersecurity course that was running at a TAFE college, and it's like, because I've not been a hacker. I never like identified myself as a hacker. I did hack, but I wasn't in the crews or doing any of that kind of stuff. But I thought I'd take a run at it, and it turned out I was pretty good at it. And so during the course, like I was like basically light years ahead of everyone else in the course, and figured that there was like, I don't think 12,000 people coming out at the other end, like Australia wide. And so like to basically stand out amongst this big, this cohort, I needed to like do something different. So I just got online and just started devouring everything I could, every free course, went hard.
I know, and you've documented it, which I've loved, right? I've been following you on LinkedIn for a long time, and just the fact that you sort of documented this path, that you're only like, what, seven years in? If
six,
that?
brother. Six
years in. So I love that, man.
But so it's funny because we talk about OPSEC and all that shit now, and that's like it's the polar opposite of what you're like. It's ingrained in you in the music industry. It's like get yourself out there, get yourself everywhere. Like, and then you come into cybersecurity, and it's like, no, you don't let anyone know who you are. But it's like it was way too late for me. Like there's too much shit out there. So I kind of just kept running with the whole how I'd kind of operated in music in cybersecurity, and like in music, you learn really fast that it's not it is what, like you need to be good at what you do, but it's who you know, it's the crew, the people you hang with, it's the connections that you make, it's like, so when I came into the industry, I just started doing the same thing, like posting what I was learning, because sure there would be other people who are kind of, would benefit from that in the long run. I just kept rolling with that, man. But it was bumpy, man. It's full bumpy entry. I would not recommend doing contract work as your first gig in cyber. It's I've learned everything the hard way, like twice, and but it's good, man. It's I guess that's the origin story. That's how I got here. So COVID
that's
hit.
Good,
I needed a new thing, and then just kind of dropped straight into it and just started building communities, and then I was in this like really, really cool community that was really positive and that, and I just decided I'm going to do a magazine, and that's where the first magazine, Haunted Hacker. Well, Haunted Hacker was the name of the crew, but that's where the first magazine came from, and I put it together in 7 days, and yeah, was doing 3 editions: the UK edition, US, and Australian. So
yeah,
trial by fire. It was good.
Well, you definitely have a killer brand, man. I love what you do with your brand. Was that something like a mentality that you brought over from being in music and understanding that like creative brand aspect, or is that something that you just picked up after cyber?
Yeah. I think that's just me. Like that. What people, it gets labeled as brand, or which is cool. It's cool that it's got a name now, but that's just, I guess that's just the. Like hack is me and I am hack. Like it's there's no separation. It's like,
okay,
that's why there should be. That's really unprofessional. It's a super bad business model, but
I can appreciate it. And I think others appreciate it. And I think that is what draws other people to you because of that differentiator style that you have. And it's not common to see that style and that edginess, and that's what I like about you.
The thing is, I'm not actually even trying to be edgy. I'm just trying to be honest, honest about it's because I don't give a shit about money, man. I would love money. Money would be great, makes everything super easy. But I've had both. I've had heaps of cash and I've had no cash, and there's really no difference. It's just the how cool this shit is you can buy. But it's obviously there's other things. But it's just about being like. There's no conscious thought put into, I've got to get the color scheme right for this, or it's got to have this kind of feel, or like it's just, basically it's the like the pressure valve. Like if I don't get that output out there, it just swims around in my head, and it's already noisy enough in here. So
DARHAR data hater.
Yeah.
That's not a name that you just select because you love data. So
no.
Tell me the meaning behind data hater.
Data hater is, again, what is it? It's like it's like the oxymoron, like I love data, mate. Data's where it's at, it's like, don't give me facts. Don't give me truth. Give me data, and I'll decide what's, what the story is. But so yeah, it's just like ironic. It's an ironic thing. So that's probably the meaning behind it, and that's why I've stuck with it. Like I've had lots, but none that I'll speak of here. But yeah, there. But it's and I like it. Every time I type it, I just think, it's good. It sums me up, I guess.
Yeah.
Tell me about your Prophet. Are you Prophet? Your Prophet? Yeah.
I'm Prophet.
Yeah.
I'm Prophet. So I'm Prophet with a 1T at the end. And so I'll tell you the future, but you have to pay me for it. That's basically the meaning of Prophet.
That's good, man.
A dual-edged sword there.
Yeah, I like that.
So I also saw that you're almost done with something called learning every lesson the hard way twice, which I want you to explain that to me, but I know it's a field guide for unconventional entryways into the industry. And I kind of talked about this at the very beginning, as that was my perspective of you. So how autobiographical is that for you? Like
everything that I'm putting into this is all lessons learned, like that I've actually gone through. Like I'm not like putting it. It's not like an it's not like tales grandeur and how I've always come out winning, because that's not the truth at all. It's just because for people who aren't going through like the whole leave high school, go to uni, blah blah, go into the entry level role, blah blah. Who for people who've like pivoted or have career change or something like that, there's lots of things like nuances to the whole cybersecurity scene that like it would be great if someone had told me like just and some of them are simple things like I don't know if you've been in the industry for ages, but man, the amount of social engineering by entities that happens when you come in as like green is out of control, man. Like, and you don't really, I don't know if it happens to everyone, but I didn't really realize it until I became like later on when I realized, oh, okay, so that was a full play. Like people like, yeah, I don't know whether it's just because I was so vocal or what it was, but yeah, there was lots of people who didn't have my best interests at heart who were kind of gravitated and lots of stuff. And then
you mean within the workplace or just
within
online?
I mean online, like especially LinkedIn, like just some pitfalls around that, just stuff around what kind of work to start out with, like run like crawl before you walk kind of thing. But I've never worked like that anyway. I've just always dove in the deep end. But I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. But it's basically just it's a bit funny. It's a bit it's just all about things that I've learned that I think are good life lessons that not everyone should have to go through. So
yeah.
Like how? Tell me about your how did you get into like what you've always been in IT cyber? Like how did it roll for you?
Yeah, I came up through the IT industry. So I graduated high school. I had my oldest son really young, and so I started studying film. I wanted to be a filmmaker, and I think 2 years in, I had to provide for my new families. IT was really where I felt the future was going to be, in IT and computers. And so I was lucky enough to get an IT support role, level 1, and basically just build my career from there. Yep. And then 2012 hit, and that's when I refocused my trajectory on cyber exclusively. And so, that's how I came up. And I think once I hit that 2012 timeframe was when it was like, it really clicked for me, and it didn't feel like a 9 to 5. It was like just a 24/7 job where I wanted to be involved with it.
How is that with security? Like, it's just, man, COVID was one of the best things that actually happened to me. Like the fact of rediscovering the whole technology thing and then security, it's just like, because it's not, man, I didn't realize how passionate I was. And like, I don't think it runs through my veins now, man. Like there's not a moment that I'm not thinking about the next thing or a new project or, hey, that'd be cool to do this. Like, it's just, I'm sure the missus hates it, but yeah, man, I'm obsessed.
I'm like that too, man. It's like, there's not enough hours in the day to really put forth, 100% effort in all of the projects that I want to do. And I see that on your end too.
I have a red hot crack, mate. I'll go, I'm milking every last second out of the day, mate.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's so funny. I was talking to someone the other day about how AI is supposed to make you more efficient and save you time. And it does. But that
now I can do 12
time
things
is spent on more AI shit. It's like, okay, now I can, build some program to help expedite this now.
Yeah.
And so
build a program to build the program. It's like, it can do that over there. Well, so are you an AI like doomsday person, or you think it's positive? Where do you sit in that whole quagmire of an argument?
Man, I think I'm on both sides depending on the use case that we're discussing. So I think that if we leverage AI as a tool to become more efficient, it very much can be that in that use case.
Yeah.
Although I think if you look further down the line from like an existential perspective, there's definitely some doomsday shadows there that concern me. And it's not like just Terminator doomsday, but it's more like technological doomsday in terms of it's just people not understanding like what the weaponization of AI can do against them. But I know you're doing like some adversarial AI security for Orbital, right?
Yeah, for the applied computing. Yeah, I've just started there. But yeah, super excited, man. They do some rad stuff, man.
So what does that mean? Like, what is adversarial AI security?
Adversarial AI, it's just part of my job description is just to throw shit at their models and see if I can break them, basically, just in any way that I can. Just basically by breaking it, build it better, you know? And the thing is, they've got some interesting models, not just LLMs. They've got some physics-based stuff and like things that I've not really had the opportunity to have a run at. So it's going to be good to see how we can break those. What vulnerabilities are there that I haven't considered before? Like it's hard to picture everything before like sitting in front of you. Like I don't know. I think putting my hands on something makes it. I guess get a feel for it. You get a feel. Okay, so there might be something over here. Like especially the physics-based model. I'm interested to see how easy it is to like mess with like temporal stuff. Like because it's getting like millions of like. He's getting a lot of data every second, and how easy it is, or how little of that data needs to be fucked with to actually make a change ultimately to what comes out the other end.
Explain that real quick. You said the temporal stuff. So what do you mean?
So obviously, so that comes from sensors, like in an OT environment kind of thing. So it's taking information from layer 2 and then processing that, and then like giving advice on, you know, making changes to settings and stuff like that to optimize production, basically. So how easy is it to put like janky data into that feed to create like an outcome at the other end that, you know, is bad, you know, like, is it something that like wrecks the machines or causes an explosion or like,
I see what you're saying.
How badly does that, and how, like, because it needs obviously for it to be believable, match the time values that are coming through from the sensors. Like, how easy is it to hijack that, or how, like, you know, it's it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
No, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it'd be good. But
that sounds interesting. What do you think? Like, when you're testing that, do you feel like there is like a solid framework that exists now for that, or do you still think that? What is it?
Are you saying I'm talking about framework for testing?
Just for like adversary AI. Like, is there
Haddix, bro? Haddix is where it's at, man. Dude's a legend, man.
Yeah,
I did his which is the red, purple, blue AI course, and it's not like it's. Yeah, he's man. It's just expensive course. Like, it's expensive, which is shit. But you know, he has to make money, and it's worth every penny, because it's like the amount of, like, it's a curated collection of just his best shit and all his best resources and stuff. And like, I swear, just that 2 days I spent in that course saved me like 3 months, man, of just going through crap on it. Like, because there's so many shit resources, man, all like regurgitated resources of the same thing that's kind of, you know, to get get to the cream, the stuff that's useful, man. And it's just nice hearing that, you know, even someone like a samurai like him still messes up. It still has problems with stuff. It's good to know there's not just us noobs that are, you know, getting crushed by stuff.
Yeah, Haddix is the man. I'm gonna post a link to that course. I believe he still has it going. It's with
man, it's still going. I think you can even, like, you can go do the course, but I'm pretty sure you can actually just watch it on YouTube. I just don't know if you can go to the resources page, but that doesn't matter. Just find someone else who's done the course, because everyone who was doing the course created their own resource pages on LinkedIn. So not LinkedIn, GitHub. Sorry. So there's heaps
GitHub. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's shift over to Solo Hobo. I love this, man.
Yeah.
Pro bono security assessments for organizations with little to no budget. Yeah. I'm just curious, what does that really look like in reality? Because when you say no budget, it usually means no staff, no tooling, no idea of what they're doing. So
it's the lot, man. It's the sliding scale. But so it's not a organization. It's not like a cult. Like, it's nothing. It's just, it's different dealing with those kind of organizations. Like, because one, there's no money involved, and you have to do it because you love it, because you want to actually protect people, not you. Because there's so many. There's these places that do this amazing shit, and they're just hanging wide open. One, because they don't have money for staff. Two, they don't have staff. Sometimes they might have some kind of infrastructure or something, there, but it's basically you just got to go. You got to go dive in and help how you can. Because sometimes help is just talking someone through securing their Wi-Fi network or something. Like it's from stuff as basic as that to
it could be an easy fix, yet it saves them from crippling.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing is, they do this amazing work, and they're all so reliant on, well, like everyone is, reliant on their internet connection, the privacy of these people, these at-risk people. Like this, so it's the most vulnerable are the most vulnerable. It's so the whole pro bono solo hobo thing is just about giving people techniques or playbooks on how to deal or do these kind of engagements. Like it's not there's no, it's just come from experience. It's my personal experience, like having that playbook there, it takes that one worry out of their mind. Like they can concentrate on the soft skills of the engagement rather than having to worry about, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? They've got a playbook. They can just, it's easy to follow, bang. They can do stuff with free resources, come out with the product. And it just help, because people are like, there's no entry level jobs anymore, and there's going to be less as time goes on. And that's not AI. AI is not taking your job, mate. Some dude in middle management is taking your job and replacing you with AI. Like AI is not the evildoer here, but so as these jobs dry up, it's going to be harder and harder for people to get experience. And I'm not saying like a whole heap of like inexperienced people go out and like start wrecking shit, but one way you can get experience is go and just like give your time. Like you'll feel warm and fuzzy. You'll feel good. You won't make much. You won't make any cash, but you're doing something for the betterment of humanity, and you're getting real world experience. And the thing is, you're building soft skills, which are, man, as important as anything technical. Like
agreed.
If you could be a wizard, man, but if you can't communicate with the people around you, it's useless.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, man. So is that a cause or you said it's not an organization? Is it just more? No. Okay,
it's just a banner. Pro bono
solo hobo. I love it. Okay,
yeah, it's to give the vibe of the thing. Like it's like
be a solo hobo.
Pro bono solo just means you're doing it by yourself, and hobo means he's not fancy, mate. You just get in there and get it done. Although I am very pretty, but that's okay.
Yes,
you can be a pretty hobo,
In fact, you are the face of Hack Magazine. Talk to me a little bit about that vision, man, because I love Hack Magazine. Man. I know you have Hack Academy now. What's the through line there?
So we got Hack Magazine. I've been promising a print edition for forever, man. But like seriously, that when that thing comes out, I swear it's going to be pressed on gold plates, man. I'm so finicky about like the stock it's printed on, how it's printed. All that. It's just taking forever. But so the goal this year for Hack is I've already got it's all coming under Hack Magazine website, which will just be like a news site, so have blog and all that sort of stuff. But so all the articles will be available in online format as well. The magazine, you can buy print copies, or it's the flip books, and they'll still be available. So the cream of the crop of the articles that come out on Hack Magazine will be in the actual magazine itself, and just bring it all under one umbrella. So there'll be the mag, like the Hack website with like forums and all that sort of shit, and then Hack Academy. And then as the little, the real world thing, we've got Hack the Hills. So it's all coming together as one kind of amalgamation. But the reason I'm kind of doing the site and the blog part of it is so contributors have it gets more to them. So they can, they can link to their articles there, or an RSS feed, so I can go to other sites or whatever. Just because at the moment, when people contribute, it's rad, but I'm not really getting anything back to them except for like a few pages in a PDF, and I feel kind of slack. So it's just giving more value to the people who, have something to share. Like, I've got some augmented reality stuff happening as well. So that'll be interesting. Yeah. See how that goes. Man. Yeah.
Well, I BarCode is fortunate enough to be a Hack partner. And so we've collaborated in the past on some things. And again, man, I just really love the aesthetic that you bring to it. The graphic design is absolutely killer. So do you do all of that yourself as well?
Yeah, man. Okay. The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's all me, the whole thing. And it's
Love it.
I shoot. See, this is what I say. It's a bad business model, man. Because it's like it's okay. One, I made this thing way back. Like, hack will always be free. Now that's to start with is terrible business, but it's freed me to just be able to, like, you know, say what I want for the people who contribute, say what they want. We don't have to worry about offending sponsors or advertisers, things like that.
Yeah.
The advertising we do, like ads you see in there, is none of them are paid, man. They're just companies like BarCode, like the boys at Cyber Extortion, all that stuff. Just shit that we dig. Like,
yeah,
like it's paid. Like, the advertising is paid for in rad products. Like, that's, if it's good, man, we'll pub it. You know, we've got good people doing good things. You know, like he just didn't like the fact that there was stuff going on other than his text. I was just like, okay, yeah. Initially I was like, fuck you, man. Like, yeah, like, what the fuck? But I was thinking about it, and I get his point, man. I get his point. You know, like, he's put a lot of work into this text and these things that he's brought across, and, you know, the imagery and stuff might take away from that, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do anything about that, but I will consider it. I'll think on it. But communication is more than the words on the page. It's like, it's where they sit on the page. It's the imagery around it. It's like like, you could have a block of text that says, you know, like, deadliest ransomware strain, blah blah blah, ever. But if you got a big skull behind it or something, it's fire and shit or whatever, like, that's, you know, there's visual, there's communication happening just in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what graphic design is. It's basically just visual communication. But so I don't know. I'm not going to be toning down the design anytime soon. But it was an interesting perspective.
That's interesting. Yeah. And see what your readers say, right? I mean, as a writer, as a contributor, I see that, but I enjoy consuming content that isn't just text based. Like, I like the graphics. I think that adds an element of just value for me. So
that's what I do, is the flip book. It's nice having it as the thing that feels like how the magazine would present. Like,
yeah,
like people, it's a bit of a time myself. Actually, it gets pretty good views. Probably get about, I reckon, probably half the people who consume the magazine go through the flip book. So that's nice. It's interesting that people are still grounded in that whole the real world, like, way of consuming, like, digital media, like, to emulate, you know, a physical item. Like, so, yeah, there's something there for that. Yeah.
So that's Hack Magazine. Tell me a little bit about Hack Academy.
Hack Academy. Hack Academy is my outlet for just all the weird, shiny tangents that I run down. That's what it started as. I just started putting tutorials together about all this. Partially, there's two reasons. One, it was to remember the stuff that I'm learning, because if I'm writing it down and like try to explain it to someone else, it helps ground me in the stuff that I'm going through at the time. So I got this folder of like shitloads of, like, just stuff that I get into, and it's like some of it can be shared, some of it can't. But so I just started putting that up. I thought, I'll do Hack Academy. So I started out with had a few little, it was just courses, like stuff like RF and these weird little niches that I really dig. And then I kind of expanded off that idea about that. It's about Hack Academy is about those shiny niches. Like, when you come into cyber, this is in the book as well, about, they go, you need to, you get in, and then you pick your niche, you pick your specialty kind of thing. But the thing is, you don't get to dip your toe into any of those. You just kind of go, I really like that, let's commit to that. And what I've tried to do with Hack Academy is give little modular parts of those niches where you can go and you can learn, like, this skill from that niche, this little part here, and then, I like that, I don't like that. And then if you like it, you explore more. And so everything's very modular. It's like, just, there's no, like, boot camp into cyber. Like, there's no, it's not entry level. Like, it's for people who are already practicing and want to maybe try something new, or just, or like me, just want to know everything. Like, so we have courses in all sorts of stuff, like RF, got heaps of adversarial shit that no one will tell you about, like how Bitcoin moves, or how crypto moves, how it gets laundered, or how that sort of stuff. But how it's detected as well. Like, I've got these, actually, I'll get to that in a second, but what else we got? We got stuff about botnets. We've got stuff about how AI botnets are kind of coming through, like how to build those, how they work, what their weaknesses are, things like that. the courses we got there. Oh, we got heaps of cool, like Flipper Zero stuff. Like that's because that's fun. What else we got in there? I can't even remember. But there's lots, man. There's heaps of like stuff that it took me. Basically, the stuff I put up there is the shit that it basically took me the longest to research and get all the bits of information, because that's the most frustrating thing, especially when I was doing SS7 stuff. You get this, man. Once you figure out SS7 and it's just like it's there's this little bit of knowledge that you can't, no one wants to give you, but it's there. So yeah, it's just I don't know. Basically, it's my trophy room of all the shiny weird stuff that I've learned, and then turns out there's people who want to know that as well. So yeah, but
that's true. Where do your ideas come from? I mean, where are you consuming your content that triggers like, all right, well, let me go down this rabbit hole and investigate this? Like, what gives you that drive?
Man, it's about when things connect. That's when things get shiny. Like, I'll be learning about something or other, and I'll be like reading a news feed, and then something will just go ding. Oh, they make the connection, and that's where the next rabbit hole starts. It's like, what am I working on right now? It's, I love SS7. I like all the location stuff. That stuff that tickles me, man. I really dig it. And I can't believe it's like 30, 40 years on. It's still the same protocol. But so I'm a sucker for it. So and something will come up, and I'll just have a bit of a read. And the other day, a name came up that I'd not heard for a little while, and I kind of runs a big telco. So I'm looking into it, and I found in their infrastructure they're actually doing injection in the GSM map commands to basically get through signaling firewalls. It's actually written into their code, and it's like, get out of town. So these guys are actually hacking SS7 and then offering it as a service. And it's like this is, so that's how, like, so now I've built a course around it about like how the SS7 firewall stuff works and how these injection attacks and other things get through them, and then the mitigation. So like that's going to be a course now, a little module, because like, it's something that just, like I said, man, it's my trophy cabinet of shiny things, and if I figure it out and I think it's interesting, then there might be one other person out there who feels the same,
Man, that's such a common discussion here, is that a lot of content creators that I talk to, myself included, is that we don't have any type of script or playbook to what we're going to get into next. Like my next conversation on BarCode, I can't tell you if it's going to be about offensive security or if it's going to be about some other shit. Like whatever interests me. And like you said, I could be reading a post and I'm like, that keyword is what I want to dive into next. And then that's on it.
Well, you might not even know that. It might just be something completely new. Like that little blue link on the page. Oh,
yeah.
And that next thing you know, you got 30 tabs open, and it's like,
and it's 4 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the most recent thing that I've kind of a little bit obsessed about is have you heard of AdInt before? Advertising intelligence. And Jesus Christ, that's just scary. So it's basically about OSINT technique, or it's more of an offensive OSINT technique about using targeted ads and things like that as a means of locating or getting information on person. Because man, forget your base stations, forget all that sort of stuff. You're the GAID, Google Advertising ID, and the one for iOS as well. Man, the amount of information that people can get from, well, not just people, actually, it's more, it's all about bid streams and all this. It's this huge, basically surveillance network that's just sitting there. It's like, and it's consumable. If you've got the money, mate, you just pay the cash and get the info. But so what kind of triggered me on that was the whole, how there's advertising now in ChatGPT, the ads appear in ChatGPT. That basically opens all of your like the profiling that places like OpenAI are doing on you, it's not about, hey, here's your browser history, this is what you might be interested in. They have intimate knowledge of you as a person, and now marketing to that. If you flip that back, that means intimate knowledge that now goes out as well. So so he's basically set up the biggest surveillance network, like the most detailed surveillance network known to man, and it knows your deepest, darkest secrets. So
The official death of privacy.
Oh, privacy has been dead for years.
That's just going to kill it completely.
It's been weekend at Bernie's for like the last 5 years, I reckon.
Yeah, exactly. So you're running so many parallel projects. I love it. But I am curious to know, what do you do outside of cyber? What do you enjoy doing?
Music, man. Music. I still love music. This is all of this is just a feeder for my music projects, man. So
you still playing the guitar, or are you still DJing?
Man, play guitar, I DJ, I produce tracks, I do, and I will probably have another bigger swing at music at some point, but I promised myself I'd never do it again as the main money maker, because I hate compromise, man. When you're doing something to put a roof over your head, that's when certain decisions, I'll play this gig that I probably wouldn't play, or I'd do this thing. Like now it's kind of given me, like with the magazine, I have the freedom just to do what the fuck I want. Sorry, what the hell I want. And now still do music. Design stuff, I do like street art and things like that, paste ups and all sorts of crazy stuff that just has anything that has a little bit of adrenaline involved is I dig, But it's good because it all kind of crosses over and merges into the same thing. Like I can use the street art to advertise my magazine or the the conference.
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
Yeah,
the graffiti. Yeah, send me some. Send me some pics that I can post.
It's not graffiti. I'm too old. I'm too old and slow for graffiti, man. But I do weird stuff like same things I do with the magazine. Like I do cup art, like disposable cups, and then you've got like a chain link fence, and you do like dot matrix kind of art with that. So everything's a canvas, man. You just got to figure out what medium to use on it. So
I love
whether it's sound, whether it's digital, whether it's this desk, whatever. It's all just that's all canvas. Life is a canvas, mate, and we're just merely painting ourselves through it, I guess.
I'd love to get your perspective on what you feel like AI is doing to that to the art space.
It's a force multiplier, man. See, the art will always be amazing. Like it's just how you use AI. Like it's a tool. That's all it is. There's no more or less. Like it's a very powerful tool, and people will use that to be lazy or evil or whatever. But there are people who also use it to create and be beautiful and do amazing things. Like. So, for example, the other day I created a tool that basically you can put onto a music tutorial, like someone like in the studio, right? And it will extract every technique that they've done, like for ducking a bass line or something like this, and it puts it into a category, puts it under the artist that it's his technique, right? And then has under that like instructions to give like for an LLM to give an MCP. So you can say to for whatever model you got running. Can you duck the bass like Timo Mars, like, and it will go in, it'll find the bass, it'll edit those settings. Like now, that sounds like it'd be a cheats way, or it would be you're ripping off someone here there, but it's not really, because you've still got to understand what that even means. Like you can't go write me a Timo Mars track. It's not going to freak out and just do something weird. But it's like I said, like that's just saved me by saying, hey, can you duck the bass like Timo? It's got those settings. It's put the sidechain compression in, bang, 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 and I now have a starting point for the sound that I want. So that saved me, an hour of fucking around. So it just, but it's the same with cyber stuff, can you go through those alerts and tell me what's the priority, and that saved me, because it could go through some serious shit in small time, and like stuff that would take ages just trolling through manually. Like that's what this. I'm working on something like, I don't know if I've released it or not, but Army of One. I wrote a book about agentic AI ages ago, but like I'm building a proper Army of One for myself. Like just something that can take care of things for me while I do other stuff. Like just to, I probably will share it actually for small teams to be wicked. Like, something that's.
You can share that with me, because I definitely need it.
Yeah, I've got one for hack and for, so it takes care of all the shit stuff that I'm really bad at, like getting back to people or like reminding me about podcasts.
No, man, I definitely need that. Yeah. So like, when do you think there's going to become a point where it's basically agent versus agent? or agents dealing with other agents, and then like when do you actually like is society going to become the outcast?
I don't think society. I think it'll become almost a homogenous thing, like proper. The whole saying, like technology, like suitably advanced, is like indistinguishable from magic. I think AI will get to a point where this is where I see, because I'm the eternal optimist, mate. I think it will get to a point where it becomes transparent, where it is so ingrained in whatever technologies we use or bring into ourselves. I see the whole human technology thing, the amalgamation of the two kind of happening. Like Leno's kind of he's like trailblazer, but it's in rough prototype kind of days. But like, I don't know. I see. I don't think there's a dystopian end, man. I think that if anyone causes a dystopian future, it's going to be us, man. Like, because we're so competitive and people don't want to, like, I don't know. We're going to get real esoteric here in a second. But have you ever heard of the Venus Project before? Yeah, it's this old dude. I can't remember what his name is, but talking about a resource-based economy where, there's no money anymore, and there's no real possessions. You can just roll around, do what you want. Everything's provided. That kind of future that's where I kind of dream of, like the Star Trek future, where you kind of just do what you're interested in and you can cruise around the galaxy for a bit and meet some aliens and shit. But I see that's where I see the potential of it going. There's that. What AI does for like productivity, it can do for knowledge as well. Like it can tackle the big stuff that our brains, like the computations that our brains can't do. But like conceptually, we can learn and grow from those calculations, if you know what I mean. It's like what they're doing in medicine and stuff with like the finding new drugs and all that sort of shit. It can look at a massive data set and gain insight that we're not capable of, but then we can take that insight and then grow from that. Like I don't know. I think as long as we don't kill ourselves with like autonomous weapons or something like that, it's I think we'll win. I think we'll come out in the end.
Yeah,
I think John Connor might have been a dick, actually. I think he might have just been a bit of a dick, because we're only getting one side of the story there. We don't really get AI side of the story. Like, we get Sarah, and I don't know, man, they're pretty antisocial, hanging out with Mexicans and, with guns and stuff, That's we don't see the AI side. It was probably like a flowery utopia, but, John got a bee in his bonnet,
I think the agent perspective is good, but I think with anything else, you have the adversaries are going to manipulate that tool. And I just don't see that happening on a mass scale that people are reading about or that writers are trying to scare people into.
Security is new, man. It's a new thing. Like it's been there, like the risk's been there forever, but it's only like the last 20, 30 years we've been kind of focusing on it. And with the whole nation state thing that are about the long game and stuff like that, the whole like planting themselves in critical infrastructure and shit like that, that's the stuff that scares me, man. And now being able to do that with AI and to obfuscate that with AI and stuff is I think, like, okay, so you just say you're a nation state, you're into power plants and telcos and something like that, using AI to figure out what the ultimate combination of attacks is to perform now to cause the most disruption. Like, that's something I don't think has been something that's, it's obviously, it's probably been thought about, but it's not going to be as critical, like as spot on as what AI can kind of figure out, I guess. I don't know. It's terrifying and exciting at the same time. Like, have you heard of digital doppelgangers yet?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like basically they scrape everything on social media about you and then it's like an AIU that they can like jack accounts and do all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird, man. Like someone copying you to take over your shit, but still be you. It's like, I'm not important enough, man, but it's sure.
Yeah, fast forward and see how that evolves. It's going to be insane to see what you can do, and it's not you.
And what about when your digital doppelganger gets starts getting too big for its boots and decides it doesn't want you anymore? What happens then?
Yeah.
Because we're slow, we can't travel quick like them.
Yeah. And that depends on what you would want. Like how closely cloned is your personality with that digital doppelganger is,
How
are there
much-
guardrails? You know, because if your personality says, you know, delete rules, then why can't it?
Jesus Christ.
You know,
they don't want to copy me, mate. That's gonna be bad for the internet. But
man,
well, the future's bright, man. I think people are understandably people are scared. People are in security every day. We like build up these massive calluses to this like hectic shit that happens every single day, like breaches that happen. Right? There's 12 million people's identities and stuff go out. Like in 3 days, man, that's gone. That's yesterday's news. But the people in that breach are experiencing the repercussions of that stuff for years. And I think we get a disconnect in security. Like it's I don't know. There needs to be some kind of better communication channels with general public, like to let, I don't know, maybe just to let them know there's people on, there are people here who are, taking it seriously and trying to fix it. But
yeah, when you talk about just trying to get the message out to the general public, I think what we do is trying to make it compelling for them. Because from the outside looking in, security is dry, security is boring, and like what you're doing, and what other innovators and trailblazers are doing by challenging the norm and trying to present this messaging in a different way. I think that's what we need to continue doing.
Yeah,
everybody consumes content differently, but if you don't know the content as engaging and entertaining as you can make it, at least for me, draws me in. I can turn on Netflix and watch a Netflix documentary on a topic that I know zero about, but if the delivery and the message is good, then it's going to draw me in. And I think that's what we need to copy and
so it's a hard balance to hit, though. I think it's a hard balance to hit because obviously, like with Hack, I want to, like for a bit there, we were getting like super technical, like everything was like a technical article, like a deep dive. But it's weird. It's hard to find that balance between not alienating the non-technical people, and because if you start like pandering to them or doing more like think pieces or some kind of emotive shit or whatever, you start losing the technical guys because they don't want words, man. They want code. And these guys don't want code. They want words. And then no, it's
you got to know your audience. You got to know your audience who you're speaking to. But if you're talking about the general public and getting like the message of risk and where we stand as a human species, like those are the type of things that you have to put into how it's going to affect them. They're not going to understand code, but they're going to understand, fatality, right? And I say that as an extreme, but that's what they're connecting with.
Yeah. If their Insta goes down, that's bad.
What is it?
If their Insta goes down, if Insta's down,
if their Insta goes down,
that's it. Okay. What's happening, cybersecurity people? Get onto it.
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about that stuff because my audience is me. This is what I was saying at the start. Like, I do care. Like, it seems like I care, but at the end of the day, I'm making a magazine that I would read, and so.
Yep. So talk to me a little bit about Dirty Laundry, because I do want to talk about that before you leave. Dirty Laundry is something that I heard probably for the first time last year. I was hoping it was going to happen in Vegas.
No.
I was ready to make it my next film project. I think it is that good. You've only mentioned it goes into production in May. That's really all you've put online publicly.
Okay,
so
Dirty
tell
Laundry,
us a little bit more about it.
Dirty Laundry is like getting into the guts of cyber and the people in cyber, but in like a refreshing kind of way. So the plan was, this is the original plan. This is what I pitched to you. Basically, I was going to come to LA and then travel from LA. I didn't realize that's actually quite close from LA to Las Vegas. So, but anyway, so we're going to spend 8 days going to different laundromats and interviewing people in cyber over a load of laundry, like a coin-operated laundry. So there's one, it's just a cool aesthetic, man, like big tumble dryers and shit like that. But part of the reason was it's when you're doing, like when you meditate or something like that, physical thing, like I'm folding laundry, the physical body's taking care of this. It lets the mind kind of go to places it probably normally wouldn't. So I did a bit of a test episode with a dude and it worked really well. So, when I say it goes into production, I'm going to have a crack at maybe getting a couple of episodes down on this trip over to Singapore, maybe. But we kind of just I keep saying we. It's not we. It's me. There's no other crew. Like it's like So
You mean we, like me and you?
Yeah. So basically, I got this. It's like a CCTV DVR thing that has 4 cams on it, and setting up the 4 cameras, it's got a really nice aesthetic. By using shittier cameras, you can get grainy and stuff like that. So it records all 4 at the same time, and just doing it, just going in. And the plan was to like interview awesome people in cyber all the way, and then have the last episode was going to be at DEF CON and try and get the man himself. But I had a friend who said he could get him, but yeah, I think he was relieved that I didn't get over there because he would have had to come up with the goods. But he'd be talking shit. But yeah, so that's the plan, man. Dirty Laundry is going to be loads of laundry with some of the most interesting cats in cybersecurity and technology and shit like that.
Yeah, man, I love that. And if you land or if you get to DEF CON final episode, let me know. I will be there. Anyone that is watching this, let's help Ryan. We need to support this. I think, this is something that nobody has ever conceived of or even produced anything like it. So I think it's super interesting.
Like a road trip, man. It's like,
I'm down.
It's like the guy gets its, like the couch surfing road trip when you're young. Like I used to do it with skateboarding, man. Like we'd find, there'd be a couple of us and we'd go somewhere. We know a skater in another city. So we catch train and we'd like just lob up on their door, knock on the door, and then we're in their lounge room for the night. We go skate those spots and then we go to the next place. Like, it's kind of got that vibe, except it's about, doing laundry because we're a bit older now and, and just talking shit about computers and breaking them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, how are you traveling from one laundromat to the next?
Well, on the initial, any way possible, because I had a budget of nothing, which is the same still. I still have a budget of nothing. But I'm not sure, man. That could be interesting actually to incorporate into the whole adventure.
Hack tour bus, man.
Oh, man.
You get the Hack logo on the side.
I would never be allowed back in the States, mate. No, that would be really fun, actually. That would be fun.
Yeah. Well, let's
Hack
talk
World Tour.
I love it. All right, man.
Before
you go, you've obviously done some traveling, but I'm really interested in sort of like the region there and its nightlife and hitting bars, right? Because this is BarCode. We got to talk bars just for a moment. Talk to me about like the bar scene there and what's sort of like the coolest or most unique bar that you've ever been to there.
Sly Fox was a lesbian bar in Newtown.
Okay.
She's in Sydney. So I moved to Newtown and basically there's this place. They had, I don't know how I ended up in there, but so they Sly Fox, man, it was a lesbian bar. On Wednesday night I had a famous lesbian night and I went in there and said, hey, I want to put a party on. And then but they go, they'll eat you alive, buddy. But I ended up running a techno party there for 7 years, free techno party every month. And then it was great, man. It was just this place, good part of town. Newtown's like where all like it's been gentrified now, but back then it was like good mix of like artists and junkies and business people and all this sort of stuff, like just amalgamated into this one boiling pot. But so I was the kind of place, like I said, when Michael Jackson died, forget whatever he did, at the town square, so people dragged some decks out and some speakers and were playing Michael Jackson hits. Like there was like 100 people dancing in the street. It's that kind of place.
Nice.
But this bar, man, it was awesome. Like it was the same mentality as Hack. Like I did it for free, and we actually had internationals that would come and they would contact me about playing at Technique because it got such a good reputation as being a place where you could explore like whatever you wanted to. And then because I left Sydney, and from that reputation, it actually got bought by these guys who are doing proper techno stuff, and it became a really good techno venue. And now it's gone.
Okay, Ryan. Well, I just heard last call here. You got time for one more?
Always, brother.
All right. If you decided to open a cybersecurity theme bar, what would the name be, and what would your signature drink be called?
Jeez, that's a good question, actually. I think a bar would be called Red Team. I think it'd be the Red Team bar, and I would have a drink called Initial Access. And it would be a shot. It'd be a shot for sure. Something super strong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Instant access. You only need one.
No, Initial Access. Initial Access.
Oh, Initial Access.
Yeah. And then you got a longer drink that's called Foothold.
There you go. There you go. And you can only get served the Initial Access once, and it can only be your first drink, and then that's it. Yeah.
It might get used for it might get a bit seedy though.
Yeah,
anyway,
we got to think past
dual use technology, mate. It's
love it. Goes. Well, Ryan, thanks so much for stopping by, man. It's always great catching up with you. Before I let you go, if you don't mind, just tell the listeners where they can find and connect with you online.
LinkedIn is where I'm mainly lurking. Hack.academy. That's the where you can. It's free. All missions and stuff are free at the moment, just because. What else we got? Hack the Hills. That's where you can find everything about the conference, the magazine, and you can come to my house if you want. Do a bit of hosting. Just knock on the door, man. I'm here.
All right, man. Well, thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you.
Peace.